morning, guys. I hope you're having a fantastic day. If you're new to the channel, my name is Parker Nierenstein. This is Vehicle Virgins, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but I am out in the state of Ohio for multiple reasons. One, launching my new auction website, PocketListAutos.com, and two, meeting up with the Triple F collection, going to their awesome show, and driving some really cool cars. So we're in my buddy Phil's showroom right now. We're gonna bug him while he's working. What's going on, man? Good to see you.
How are we doing?
So we are filming these two cars this week because these are the first two cars going live on the auction site. So we've got this absolutely insane Boss 429 Mustang, 1969 with 815 horsepower. I believe already I've posted the review on this car by the time this vlog is dropping, but this thing is so cool. And then today we're taking out the 458 Spider. I love the 458, had the Speciale. I actually bought that car from him, funny enough. This one's got a really cool interior feature. It's called Alutex. I had never seen or heard of this before. It's got some sort of aluminum treatment in the carbon fiber that Ferrari did, and it's a very rare option. I've literally never seen that before. And you've got some pretty cool memorabilia. Can you show me that LaFerrari book and kind of explain explain that?
So every owner of a LaFerrari, when they get it new, they get this book. So it's just like the car, it's one of 499. But what happens is if you get a LaFerrari allocated and then you flip the car before without selling it back to a Ferrari dealer, you get quote unquote blacklisted.
Yeah.
So so some of the guys flipped their cars before their books came in because Ferrari just didn't send the books fast enough.
That is hilarious.
So basically, some of the books stayed with the people that worked.
Does it also come with a model car LaFerrari or no?
Yeah, actually, well, yeah, they had big ones. So they had, so there's like.
Did you have to pay for that, or did it come with the car?
It comes with it. It comes with it. I have some other. So every Ferrari, it actually comes with it. So these are other people that flip their cars early.
That's hilarious. Do you even know which one is this?
I don't.
Doesn't
know.
even say.
I don't know, honestly.
Well, mystery box. I don't want to do that to you.
Okay. But yeah, so the LaFerrari one came with a huge model. It was pretty big and a book like that. So.
That is absolutely epic.
Don't have any models though.
Well, that's all right. Got some pretty cool artwork and random memorabilia around.
Yeah, sports stuff, signed jerseys, a lot of clients. That's kind of the whole niche of my market is buying and selling Zod cars to pro athletes.
Oh, a world I am not very well versed in, but I love it. So we're gonna go get some barbecue apparently right down the street. But to do that, I'm gonna take out this beast. All right, semi-cold start.
Semi-cold start.
It's like a lukewarm. This carbon is absolutely wild. Wow, all through the door panel too. And the brown, what were you saying the brown was called?
I think it's Iroko or it's Terra Bruciata.
Terra Bruciata.
Yeah.
Got this pretty cool car wash next to us. It's actually been a dream of mine to own a car wash someday. So if you're in the car washing business and are a fan of the channel, let's connect. God, this thing sounds good. This is like the LaFerrari of Ohio, huh? Except the Triple F collection has a LaFerrari in Ohio. So yeah. I guess that's the real LaFerrari of Ohio.
My favorite compliment of this car was, that is such a little kid saw the car and he's like, that is the coolest Corvette I've ever seen. And I'm like,
heck yeah, it is. This is the coolest Corvette I've ever seen for sure.
All right.
All right, time to eat some food. The barbecue's absolutely incredible. And look at this backdrop. Barbecue with the 458 Spider, and then an outdoor in your car, what are they called? Drive-in movie theaters?
Yeah.
This is awesome. This is just so ridiculous.
So Midwest.
So Midwest. All right, so we're out at a park now with the 458. Honestly, this is such a nice filming location. All these birds chirping in the background. Let's go over some of the specs of the car, then we're gonna take it for a drive. It's been a while since I've been in a 458 Italia. So this is actually a 2015, and apparently most of the 2015 cars, almost all of them were Speciales at that point. So this is actually kind of rare for it to be a non-Speciale and a 2015 at the same time. And obviously a kind of rare spec as well with that Alutex. 4.5 liter naturally aspirated V8, 560 horsepower, 398 pound-feet of torque. Amazing double clutch transmission, such a nice driving car. This is the last naturally aspirated V8 generation before they went to the 488 and the exhaust started not being nearly as good. I'm actually curious. I love how these Ferraris have an options list underneath the front trunk area. So it turns out that was a Speciale thing, and then from then on they did the plaque there because there is none. But one thing I do love about these older Ferraris, I mean, it's not older obviously, but not a new one, these keys, so much cooler. I love that you actually insert it to turn the car on instead of just leaving it in your pocket. It just feels like a classy Ferrari key. The new one's a little, I don't know, not as great. Another thing I absolutely love about these cars is that they're hardtop convertibles. So they look good with the top up and the top down. The best part is, if you want to keep the top up, it's raining, or you're just a little bit cold, you're not completely eliminating that open top experience with the exhaust note because you've got this window back here. So there's a little window switch down in the center console, and you can have the top up, but you can put this window all the way down, and that way you can hear the exhaust better, which I think is so cool. Another incredible option, the shift indicator light on the steering wheel. One of my favorite parts about Ferraris. Their steering wheels are always awesome. The Manatino dial with the different drive modes. These things slide really, really well. In CT off, it's one of the most predictable drifting cars. I don't know why I decided to slide my Speciale a bunch, but now that I've sold it, I guess I'll admit that. But it was pretty freaking awesome. And then the stop-start button here as well, bumpy road mode. All right, let's take this thing out for a spin. To turn the 458 on, you turn the key all the way. Then the second step, my favorite part, engine start button. Already in the proper mode. Race mode is definitely the way to go. Perfect balance of throttle response, engine note, steering feel, and also not having too little traction. Although, because this car is naturally aspirated and doesn't have that much horsepower, it's relatively chill. But since it's not mine, we're not going to turn traction all the way off. To go into manual mode, you actually click the auto button, which is kind of hilarious. I don't know why it doesn't say M, but you click the auto, pull the paddle, and we are in first gear. This is something that a lot of people are confused on what the actual verbiage. I've heard power start, I've heard some random Italian words, but it does mean launch control, and then that is reverse. But if you know exactly what PS means, do you know what PS means?
I said performance start when I worked for Ferrari.
All right, well, that works too. You know, maybe it was performance start, not power start. Oh, when those baffles open, I mean, oh, I wish cars could still be like this. I think they need to bring back the naturally aspirated V8 and then have a hybrid powertrain instead of doing the twin turbo V8. But I understand with horsepower wars, keeping up, making sure the car is really fast, it's harder to do. But just listen to this. Oh my God. And to think this is a stock exhaust, like, are you kidding me? That was one of the most impressive parts, honestly, with the Speciale Aperta. I was shocked at how good the exhaust sounded from the factory, and the fact that when you warmed the engine up, it literally would shoot flames stock. Now, I imagine the Speciale's exhaust is a little bit less restricted than the stock 458, but with the top down, it sounds absolutely ridiculous. Now, Phil was saying one of the reasons why this car came out in 2015, and that was such a rare thing, was the Alutex. And because it was so complicated, it caused a delay in production. That's probably why I've never seen it before. I'm kind of going both ways on it. Part of me loves it, part of me doesn't love it, but definitely a certain buyer that wants a rare car, this color combination is probably impossible to find another one exactly like this, to be honest. And then when you are driving along, when you get towards the upper RPM ranges, these start lining up, and it's just the best. It's honestly a pretty comfortable car to drive in too, and it's easy to drive. The steering feels absolutely incredible. The suspension's awesome, the brakes are awesome. It really is kind of the perfect power level and steering feel combination for somebody who's not a professional driver, right? You can actually experience the full power of this car and ripped it in the Malibu Canyons, and you can be on the throttle so much more. As cars get faster and faster, the Pista's kind of borderline. It's really getting to that point where it's got so much horsepower, and because it's twin turboed, it can get a little bit scary. But now that we're going above the Pista's level of more than 700 horsepower, it's interesting. You should almost have to go through driving school of some sort of training before you get the car, so that you don't immediately put it into a wall because it's so powerful.
move which just happened.
Yeah, I believe that's that's hilarious. All right, so we're gonna pull the car back into the shop. I just want to do a quick little point of view drive and let you guys know this car is currently for sale on PocketListAutos.com, so you can bid on the car. Good luck to the buyer. I'm jealous. This car is absolutely, honestly, it's absolutely awesome. But I know I've reviewed a 458 before, and obviously I've done lots of videos on the Speciale, so I don't want to present too much information again on the 458. One last light little pull here. God, that's amazing. All right, see you back at the shop. So a last minute spur of the moment trip to Monaco Auto Collection. They have some of the coolest, rarest BMWs I have ever seen. Check out some of these cars. Obviously, you guys know I'm a big fan of the M5. I'm also a big fan of purple, like my McLaren. This I have never seen before. It's an E34 M5 Touring in a beautiful purple color. And check out the interior. That is freaking epic. Okay, this might be my favorite car here. It looks kind of, you know, like a run-of-the-mill BMW, but look at what happens when you go to the engine bay. We've got the S54 from the E46 M3 with an M3 CSL carbon airbox. I mean, this is like kind of the ultimate sleeper build. That is so epic. I really like the red interior as well. You guys know the LP610 Huracan, nice Vorsteiner kit on the front. Pretty cool ADV1 wheels as well. Beautiful Diablo. Another one of my favorite Beamers, the Z8. These things are so cool. They had the same motor as the E39 M5 in a lighter car. So the power to weight ratio on this thing is awesome. All of these modified Beamers, pretty darn cool. Here we've got two of the most badass sedans ever made. This has got a 6-liter AMG engine in it. Just look at that. They really don't make cars like this anymore. Kind of a sleeper. And then check out this E36 that's been kind of converted to an M3 body style, but look at the size of this turbo. That is wild, and it has a matching dark purple interior as well. Well guys, what a day. I'm headed off to Columbus now, which is actually way farther away than the Cleveland area than I was expecting, to go to this absolutely insane car show called the Event 3 that the Triple F collection are putting on with Mercedes-Benz of Easton. I also believe I've probably already posted that video by the time this is going live, but I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Like always, please browse the channel and subscribe. I look forward to seeing you next video.